my name is Entabi, and I go to New Horizons School, Pasadena. I tested the effect of microplastics on the growth and longevity of ghost shrimp. This is my abstract, which summarizes my project, and I will be going over the details in the following slides. The problem was which type of water had the most harmful effect on the longevity of ghost shrimp: tap water with microplastic, Dasani bottled water with leach microplastics, or distilled water. The purpose of my experiment is to see how plastic affects animals, especially in aquatic habitats. And I'm interested in this project because I know that millions of animals die every year due to pollution, and most of this is plastic pollution, and I was interested in learning more about this topic. This is my in my introduction. I found out how microplastic affects animals, and more about ghost shrimp. I hypothesized if tap water with microplastics, Dasani bottled water with leach microplastics, and distilled water are tested on the longevity of ghost shrimp, that they will die the most in the tap water with microplastics. The materials used was 1.2 liters each of Dasani bottled water, distilled water, and tap water, and 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter piece of plastic water bottle ground into tiny bits, 3 plastic tanks, 1 measuring cup, shrimp food, 30 ghost shrimps, and a coffee blender. First, I'd pour 1.2 liters each, 1.2 liters of water each in each tank, and then I would heat for the Dasani bottled water. I'd heat the water bottles in the microwave for 30 seconds to get the temperature that would stimulate the conditions if it were left in the car for a couple of hours. And for the tap water, I'd blend 3 grams of plastics into 5 millimeters or shorter pieces and place them in the tank with the water with microplastics. And then I place 10 ghost shrimps in each tank and feed and record them daily. These are my results for the distilled water table on my logbook. This was it for the tap water with microplastics, and this was it for the leach Dasani water. And the averages in 20 days for the distilled water was 2.9 alive, the tap water with microplastics 3.6 alive, and the Dasani water 6.05 alive. And these are my line graphs and bar graphs. Possible errors that can influence the results of my project were that the ghost shrimp were not all the same age and they're not in their natural habitat. Excuse me. Some of the reason that the distilled water actually did the worst is because it had no minerals or ions. Which affected the lives of which affected how long the ghost shrimp live, because they need minerals and ions to survive, and it also did worse than the tap water, because if you can see here, the microplastics were getting ingested into the ghost shrimp. As I saw, they were changing color, which is a symptom for them slowly dying. So then it went from 5 to 0, which shows the microplastics had an effect, but just at a later time on day 12 to day 13, as you can see here. In conclusion, the hypothesis was incorrect, and the ghost shrimp did not die the most in the microplastics, but they did die the most in distilled water. I learned from my experiment that the lives of animals are greatly affected by microplastics in aquatic and terrestrial habitats, and some things I could have done differently to improve my project was to make sure that the ghost shrimp were the same age and create a better environment for them, and also add more ghost shrimps so I can carry out more trials so the experiment can be more accurate. These results can be applied to everyday life because people should not litter and throw plastic on the grounds, and because we could think the damage we can do to animals and land and in water, and the results can be applied to other studies if anyone wants to test anything to do with microplastics. These are the reliable references I used for my project, and thank you.